I can tell you this. He's dead, all right. There's some things here your medical examiner is going to be interested in. For instance, take a look at the occipital here.
I bet you've seen a lot in your day, huh?
Johnny.
Oh, if I got started, I can tell you stories. What a business. I sometimes wonder why they always pick hotels.
Yeah. Hey, how's it going, fellas?
Okay, Phelan. We'll need his registration card.
Oh, well, I'll dig it up for you. Listen, anything you can do to move it along, you know. The boss gets a little itchy.
Well, it's bad for business, right?
Sure it is. It gives the whole place a bad name.
Phelan.
Yeah?
How do you get to be a hotel detective?
You all finished, Doctor?
Quite a mess. I owe you a towel.
Take it off the bill.
I guess a man doesn't think too much about keeping neat when he's taking his own life.
Are you sure that's what he did?
Who, me? I'm never sure.
What are you saying, Doc?
Well, it's really not my affair, but he's got some bruises. He could have been hit.
You don't slug someone, and then when he's out, get a razor and slit his throat.
You do if you want to make it look like suicide.
Oh, the chief.
Lieutenant Haynes. Yeah, Jeff.
We caught an apparent suicide over at the Grosvenor Hotel. We're still waiting on the ME, but the house doctor thinks it could be murder. So if you let homicide know. I haven't talked to district or borough or anybody.
Well, as soon as the medical examiner gets there, call me and let me know what he says. If he finds something, I'll send everybody up. If not, I don't want to push the button just because some hotel doctor isn't quite sure of himself.
Right.
Oh, I haven't had my coffee yet. Already we've had an attempted rape, liquor store hold-up, 2 muggings, and a possible homicide. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be one of those days, Jeffrey.
Prescott, John, male, white, 40, 45, weight 160, 170, hair black, brown eyes. Seattle address came up blind, and I drew a 0 at missing persons. According to the lab, the dry cleaning tag is definitely out of town.
Chicago.
Who says so?
His name wasn't Prescott, it was Weems. He didn't come from Seattle, he came from Chicago.
Where'd you get the make?
The identification unit dug it up on the computer hookup with the NCIC.
No kidding. Let's hear it for the old IU.
How about this?
This could explain why he killed himself.
Except it doesn't prove anything either way.
Well, I know it doesn't prove anything, Johnny. Incidentally, how'd you make out on your sergeant's test?
You know.
All I can tell you, Lieutenant, if they ever get to where he is on the list, the department's in trouble.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Because I thought he had a mind like a steel trap. So tell me, how do we get a line on this guy?
Not easy. Those boys don't talk a whole lot.
We shall agree. That's what we have to do.
Sure. We could make the rounds of the places, you know. Of course, it's a long shot.
The people from the lab and homicide squad must have that hotel pretty well checked out by now. Why don't you go over and see if you can pick up anything we can use?
What about that angle, Lieutenant? You want us to try those places?
No. Hold back on that for the time being. There's a man I want to see. There's a slight possibility he may have known Weems. And he's quite a guy. Goes around crusading for his cause. Makes no bones about the whole thing. Gave me a great steer once. Maybe he'll do it again.
Well, who is he?
I can't tell you that. His feeling is if people are going to trust him, they shouldn't get the idea that he's tight with the police. I don't even know if he'll see me, but it's worth a try.
Let's go.
I got a stop to make. I'll meet you at the hotel.
You guys don't really think he got knocked off, do you?
You mean because you get $40 a day for a room, it couldn't happen?
Who gets $40 a day for a room? Remember me? I'm a hotel cop. Fast 150 a week and all the chicken sandwiches I can eat. No, I mean, no kidding. You're talking murder, you're talking motive, right?
Okay.
Well, where is it?
Phelan wants a motive.
I'm fresh out.
Oh, wait a minute. You guys haven't got anything. Why don't you admit it?
You think he killed himself?
Sure.
Why'd he do it?
Well, look, I didn't say
Why
it.
did he use a phony name?
Why didn't he have any identification on him?
Well, how should I know?
What killed him?
He could have struck his head on the bathtub.
Is that likely?
In my business, Mr. Spad, anything is likely. Sure, I'm not happy about the bruises, but nothing else works. Our rundown on Weems shows he was in good health. Had an A1 reputation as a family man. Maintained a small bank account in the low 5 figures. As far as anyone knows, he didn't have any business problem.
I'm touched. You needed sympathy and you thought of me.
Well, if I came to you every time I needed sympathy, you'd never get any work done. No, as long as you asked me, I'll tell you. You were good enough to help me once before, so... Well, I thought I'd give you another chance.
Go ahead.
We dug up a record on Weems in Washington. He resigned his commission in the Navy in 1943, when he was confronted with evidence alleging homosexual tendencies. It's all done quietly, but apparently it's on the books.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
We thought you might give us a lead.
You have an extravagant idea of the grapevine, Lieutenant. Just because I'm homosexual, that doesn't mean I know every other one in the country.
Wrong. It's just that
I go around making speeches on the subject.
The only reason I'm here, Mr. Spad, is to get a little information.
Information about Huntington Weems,
Yes, sir.
about an area of human activity feared and abominated by our pluralistic, moralistic, straighter-than-thou, forgive the expression, body politic. So dedicated to hypocrisy that they do their own secret things and call it having a little fun, and what someone else does they call perversion.
I didn't make the rules. Man's dead, and I'm trying to find out why.
All right, now it's my turn. I know you well enough to know you didn't deserve all that.
I take it you didn't know Weems.
I'm afraid I didn't. But if he was homosexual, it's not hard to think of reasons why he might commit suicide. I'm going to tell you something, and I'm going to trust you not to misuse the information. A man named Gaffer was in touch with me yesterday. I don't know him, but he wanted advice. He's being blackmailed. They're bleeding him dry. Of course, this kind of thing goes on all the time. But when I put Gaffer's story together with certain other things I've been hearing, it comes out bigger.
Are you talking about an organized thing?
I'm not sure, but it's possible. And there may be a connection with Weems, and there may not.
A thing like that could explain murder.
Yes, I suppose it could.
I'd like to talk to this Gaffer.
Hey, why don't you guys give me a break and button this thing up?
Why don't you go rattle doorknobs, Phelan? We'll call you if we need you. Hey, look at this. It'll be about an hour before the ME figure the time of death.
Date's right.
What have you got?
What's a 312 area code?
Let's see, that would be Chicago.
Think he called home?
Honey, will you do me a favor and find out who that number belongs to in Chicago?
Looks like that's the only out-of-town call he made.
Considering the time of death is approximate, it could be close.
Don't tell me you guys are still trying to make a murder out of this.
Just routine, Phelan.
That number is the Cook County District Attorney's office.
Will you get me an outside line, please?
It's all yours.
Correspondence?
This Detective Ward, 27th Precinct. I've got a query for Chicago I'd like to get on the teletype right away. I'll get 5 down to you as soon as I can. Right. Lieutenant, here's the report. Nobody in the DA's office out there spoke to Weems. Or at least the people they asked responded negative.
Too bad.
The only thing is, the log shows an incoming call from New York at the right time, but it never got past the switchboard. The caller must have hung up before they could put him through.
Well, either he changed his mind or somebody changed for him.
That's the way it looks.
Where did Jacobs go?
Well, he and Richie went out on that liquor store job.
What about Corso?
He just went to pick up the car. They had to put in a new radio. Oh, yeah. Your wife just called. She wants you to find out how she should dress for that Emerald Society racket.
We go there every year, and every year she asks me the same question. Listen, let me know the minute the Korsbeck gets back, huh? We gotta go out and question a guy named Gaffer.
Has he got anything to do with Weems?
Well, that's what we'll find out.
Now, you'll be in charge of C-section, right? You'll Listen, you get started anchoring now into these foundations now. I'll go over the rest of this with you later.
Hey, you know you can hurt somebody driving like that. I'm sorry.
Your name Gaffer?
That's right.
Lieutenant Haynes, Police Department. I'd like to talk to you for a minute. Is there any place we can go?
No, we can't. I won't do it.
Wait a minute. Just take it easy. All I want to do is...
I already paid off 2 cops yesterday. What do you think, I'm made of money? Somebody of your police officers, did I ask you to prove it?
In other words, you didn't see their identification.
You just gave them the money because they said they wanted it?
Doesn't everybody? All right, huh? You do know, Mr. Gaffer, that extortion is a crime and you should have reported it to the police.
What police? The ones who are taking my money?
You know Huntington Weems?
No.
Well, you don't exactly know him, but you heard of him.
I want to call my lawyer.
You can call anybody you want. We're investigating a death and we want your help, and that's the only reason we're here.
A death? Who? I mean, who died?
Weems.
How did it happen?
That's what we're trying to find out.
You did know him, didn't you?
No. I just told you.
I know, but maybe you forgot.
Well, those other policemen, the ones well, they mentioned them, but that's all.
What'd they say?
Well, they said they didn't want to happen to me what happened to Weems. I didn't know what they meant. They're murderers.
Lawson. Now you know why this is so serious, Mr. Gaffer. If you'll cooperate with us, maybe we can clear it up before somebody else gets hurt.
I can't be involved. You know how long I'd hold this job?
We'll try to keep your name out of it.
You don't know what it's like? I can't do it.
We'll let you off the hook. You'll pay forever.
Then I'll pay.
Listen, did you ever try being what you are? I mean, like I am what I am, and that's it? And anybody who doesn't like it, well...
Go on. I am what I am, and what?
That's all. You do that, and look what happens. Nobody can threaten you. There are no bad guys to push you around. You are what you are.
And just like that, all my troubles are over.
Nobody's troubles are over.
Very easy for you to say.
Why? Because I can't hide what I am anyway?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean that.
You didn't do anything. What do you say? Will you help us out?
You know what this is all about, don't you? Then you see why I can't be involved. Everybody would know.
You're already involved.
Yeah, but nobody knows.
Yeah? Blackmail.
Somebody has to take the first step. Somebody has to say, extortion is a business.
We need help, Mr. Gaffer. We can't do it alone.
What do you say? Do you want to stop hiding? How about it, Mr. Gaffer?
How do we start?
Come in. I don't know. You know, I could have been a CPA. I had 5 months to go. You know what happens to one CPA when another CPA gets caught with his hand on the till?
Oh, I don't know.
Nothing. That's what. Nothing. The one who did it gets arrested, and all the other CPAs in town go home like who knew him, and anyway, who cares? But just let the word get out that one cop is in on the take. The first one to give me the needle will be my kid. What do you bet? Hey, Pop. What's happening? Funny thing about it is I could have been a CPA. I'm going to look into this thing and make my report. In the meantime, you two gentlemen are going to stay up the public address system.
You've got to hand it to him. If Gaffer comes through for us, he's a gutsy guy.
If he comes through.
Don't forget, he can save a lot of money by putting these guys away. I'm not sure that's so gutsy.
Take it easy on him, man, will you, Jeff? If it was that easy, you wouldn't have paid off in the first place. Man, it's a real problem.
The world is full of problems.
I'd hate to have you for landlord, Jeffrey. All right, here's what happens. If Gaffer does hold up, he'll take us to the bar where he met the people who are trying to blackmail him. Johnny, you'll be the bait. We'll hold back till somebody makes contact. Then it'll be up to Gaffer to make the identification. But it all better happen by Saturday. Or my wife goes to the Emerald Society alone, and I move into the YMCA.
How do you tell your wife you've been sitting 3 nights in a bar?
After 18 years, she doesn't ask.
There he goes.
You sure he's the same one who approached you?
Yes.
What about the two that shook you down? You see them?
No, they're not here. I wonder how they know. I mean, if they don't follow him.
Well, they work lots of ways.
This guy's the chicken. He makes the contact. In your case, he stole your wallet, right? Then he passes it on to whoever he's working with, and they get your address off the license or something. And then there they are, telling you how they'll keep quiet for a price. Does the chicken always work with the cops?
No, that's an added attraction. Okay, it fits. Williams was registered at the hotel. They made their contact here. Here we go. Stay near the desk. I'll call you when I'm ready. You all right?
Yes, I guess so.
Hold it.
Okay, let's go.
Please. 17, please.
17 next. Like to have a drink?
No. I think I'll pass. Well. Oh.
Hold downstairs right away. Get the house. Never mind why.
Give me the desk. 1808. Right. Be right up. Let's go, Mr. Gaffer.
All right, folks. Excuse me. Let me through, please. What have you got, Lieutenant?
Oh, sorry to bother you, Phelan. I thought I needed you to open the door for me.
Who's he?
He's the chicken in the Shakedown operation. And in your hotel, too. I'm surprised at you, Phelan.
Go on.
Thinks you're kidding, Lieutenant.
What is this? Hold on. Nobody's gonna hurt you.
What's the matter, Mr. Gaffer? See somebody you know?
He's one of the cops who took your money. That's right.
He's lying. I've never seen him before.
Stick around, Phelan.
What about Weems? Suicide. Phelan threatened they were going to tell his family. Poor man. Did you find out who Phelan worked with? Another hotel security man. Nifty racket, huh? Yeah. Been a long night. They're all long when you don't get home. Well, that's it. You'll be notified when they're ready for your testimony. I don't suppose there's any way to avoid that. I thought you were done hiding. You go tell people you're different. They don't like it. That's the way it is, Mr. Gaffer.
Push, Gaffer.
Gone. Hey, baby. You got the makings of a pretty good mouse there. You about ready to go home?
I am ready.
If you come over to my house, Ethel can put something on that eye for you.
No, thanks, Jeff. I know this nurse who'll be pretty good at it. You understand?
I used to, but I forgot.
Did I wake you, Annie? John, I kind of got worked over last night. No, I'm okay. Just abrasions and contusions. About 20 minutes? That'd be just about perfect.